up, brother, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, you grow hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Ash, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Ash Knows Travel, where I share trainings, walkthroughs, and insider tips to help travel advisors book smarter and build confidence. And tonight is honestly all about that. We are going to talk about my personal weekly workflow as a travel agent, because that is one of the main questions that I get asked the most. What do you actually do all week? So tonight, I'm going to be pulling back the curtain and showing you exactly how I structure my week, manage my business, stay consistent, balance all the different moving pieces, okay, that come with being a travel advisor. We're going to be talking about what I focus on daily, how I prioritize my tasks, how I handle content, client follow-ups, bookings, team support, and just the systems that help me stay productive without feeling overwhelmed. So if you are live here, go ahead and comment hello in the chat box so that I know that you are with me. And if you happen to watch this on a replay, go ahead and comment underneath the video and say hello for me, or replay, so that I know that you are here, okay? So hello, everyone in the chat. I see you there. I'm still in my studio. I can see you all. But yeah, so tonight, before I get started, I just want to go ahead and say, so tonight is not about just following my schedule, okay? I don't want you guys to think that I'm coming on here and just copy my schedule, because that's what's going to work perfectly, okay? That is definitely not my goal for tonight. Honestly, I just want to show you guys ideas and systems and routines that you guys can adapt to fit your own business and lifestyle. So let's go ahead and dive in and get started. All right. Now, before I start, you guys already know I like to show you what I'm doing throughout the weeks. So right now we are here on June 11th. Next Tuesday, I will be up here at the top. Okay, not down at the bottom, but at the top for June 16th. Can you guys believe we're already there? Can you believe that we're already on June 16th for next week? Oh my goodness. All right. So how to start over as a travel agent, or how I would start over as a travel agent. I'm just going to be giving tips and tricks and just different things that I would do differently. And then on that Thursday, I'm going to do the truth about being a travel agent that nobody talks about. Okay. I mean, this whole month to me is like just kind of like clarity trainings. That's what I'm really trying to do, because I get all kinds of messages from you guys, and you all have different types of needs. So I'm trying to hit them all in categories that you talk about, but you don't directly talk about, right? And one of those is the truth about being a travel agent. Nobody talks about it, so we're going to cover it, all right? So make sure you guys join me, of course, for next week. But let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Let me turn on my camera here. Hello, everyone. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about tonight's training per se. This is something I've never actually covered, but it's something that I get asked all the time. Like, what do you do throughout the week? What is your workflow? Okay. And I'm honestly just going to show you exactly how I run my week. Not consistently all the time, because that's one of the best parts about being work from home, is that we get to switch it up, right? But I want to show you the importance of how to break down the days so that you're not feeling overwhelmed. Yes, because let's be honest, That's why most advisors feel overwhelmed. That's it. Most advisors are trying to do post content, learn everything, answer messages, market their business, plan their vacations, follow up with leads, and they're trying to do that all at the same time. Can we agree? Comment in the chat box, even comment in the video if you're watching it. How many of you guys are trying to complete more than like 5 tasks at one time? And what happens when this happens? First of all, we get overwhelmed. And when we're getting overwhelmed, we stop, right? It's kind of like a fight or flight kind of deal. But instead of that, you're just stopping. And when you just stop, okay, that's it. You're done, right? And what the issue is that when you guys see this, you see it as like a lack of failure or a lack of you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing or it's not working. Oh, how many times do I get that? It's not working. No, the problem is that it's not that you don't have enough effort. It's not that you're not doing enough. Okay. It's the lack of structure. That's it. That's the problem. You guys lack structure and you lack the ability to kind of just put things where they need to go. Now, last Thursday, I did a digital command center training, and that's where all the things need to go. So if you need to watch that, go back and watch it. I already uploaded it to my channel. But the digital command center puts 90% of this right here into that place, right? And that's one of the biggest parts of our structure. But there's something else that kind of lies within the structure. It's not going to be just what's on paper. It's also going to be basically how you structure and spend your time when it comes to doing your business, right? So the goal of what we're working on tonight is going to kind of help implement how you spend your time when it comes to working on your business. Because how many of you guys, put this in the chat box, this is normally my number one thing that drives me insane about being a travel agent. Let's go. Ready? How many of you guys do a bunch of stuff and then when you get done with it, you feel like you did nothing? Like, oh man, that hits me to my core. Like I will spend like an hour doing something and then I'll come back and be like, dang, I did all of that just to do that. Like I know that feeling, right? So if you have experienced that, that's probably what brought you here in the first place. But the idea of that is to get ready from it. We don't want to do that. We don't want to spiral. We don't want to spend too much time on one thing. We have to be able to structure our time and our effort when it comes to putting in the different spots of our business, right? So the goal for tonight is to show you guys how to stay organized, how to avoid burnout, because that happens very much so in the travel industry. We're going to talk about focusing on income producing activities, because a lot of you guys complain. You'll post something random that you know is not going to work. And then you get what? Somebody messaged me. Where's Alex? If Alex is here. Alex is like, you know what? You're right. I get, what did he call it? Posting, I think he said like posting system fatigue or something like that. Posting fatigue. Okay. He gets like this excited hype and then he feels like the fatigue of posting and then he kind of regrets it and then he kind of like doesn't want to do it, right? Okay. We have to start focusing on income producing activities that we know are going to make us money, not just posting something random and hoping it does better, right? We got to have a structure behind what we're doing. That way we're creating consistency and we're growing our business. That is exactly what I'm teaching you guys tonight, okay? A weekly workflow that you can obtain to kind of get yourself in a system, into a place that is not going to sit here and rely on you just being motivated all the time. Because that's something else I just covered at the beginning of the month, is the motivation part. A lot of you guys at the beginning, you have this motivation, and then when reality sits in, you're going, oh, wait a minute, this isn't like, oh, I gotta do this and I gotta do that. Okay. Yeah. When that hits, okay, the structure and that whole setup is what's going to be the backbone to get you through that period. I'm just being honest with you. Okay. So let's build the backbone, shall we? All right. The 5 buckets every advisor needs. Now, this is going to play into what I do throughout my days. I center what I do around my days based off of these 5 things because I feel like this gets the most action done for my business, okay? First of all, visibility. Can't get a booking if they can't see you. So I have to work very hard on my visibility. Secondly, education. Education is a big thing for me because I'm teaching you guys. I also have to learn stuff in the process to not only be able to teach you, but to also grow my business and grow myself as a travel trainer and advisor. As well, client work. That's bookings, that's quotes, that's research, all of that, right? Marketing, because if we're not having a structure or a plan for marketing, We just have chaos, can't have that. And then lastly, business growth. Now, business growth for me can mean several different things because my business grows in several different ways. So that could be team building. That could be my YouTube, like monetization. So if you're monetized on a platform, that's considered business growth. So that's something else I work on. Sometimes it's my automations. Those are business growth because I'm automating my business to grow. Several different things follow under that category, but I break them down into categories so that way I can pick what I want to focus on. Not only do I do that to pick what I focus on, but it also helps me realize that there's a purpose for what I'm doing. Because a lot of the time, you guys, when you burn out that motivation, you lack the purpose, you lack the why. And when you lack that purpose and the why, that's what makes you stop. So every time I'm doing something in a producing activity, it falls back to one of these categories so that I make sure I'm hitting every part of my business, right? Now, I'm going to tell you something. If one area of this is ignored, growth eventually will slow down. And I have experienced this in my 4 years of being here, okay? This has happened to me because sometimes when we are spiraling as travel agents, we focus too much on one area. And if you focus too much on one area, it hurts the other ones. So you have to create a balance to where you're hitting all 5 of these so that you're not sitting there overwhelmed because you focus too long on one topic, right? Like, for example, if you're constantly sitting in trainings and you're not doing any of the actual marketing or working on your actual visibility that we teach you in the trainings, you're going to find yourself constantly going, oh, I just can't get a booking. I can't get a booking. That's because you don't get paid to train. You get paid when you start marketing and then people find you and they get bookings. You get paid when they start becoming visible and they can see you, right? Like, you can't create visibility by not following the other pillars because that's just a part of it. You guys kind of see how it all goes hand in hand, okay? So these are the 5 buckets. Feel free to screenshot any of this stuff, okay? I don't have any guides or handouts for tonight because this is just my workflow and I don't want somebody to stumble upon it and then think, all right, we got to do exactly what Ash says. No, attend the training so you can find out what I actually do, okay? But feel free to screenshot any of this as I go through it, okay? So this is the first main thing. This is what we're going to be covering in these 5 buckets of how I break this down. So let's get into it, shall we? All right. So for the first day, I'm going to tell you something. As a business owner, I do not start my weekdays on Monday. Absolutely not. I am a go-getter. I am a Capricorn, and I'm very, very much so an entrepreneur. So I'm always trying to find a different way to get something, do something. I'm just a grower. Okay. That's how I like to be better than I am now. Okay. So I always actually start my weeks on Sundays. That's how I operate. Sunday is a reset day for me. It is a day where I just review what I'm trying to do. I schedule any content throughout the month. Now, lately, I've been really good about scheduling my content way in advance. Like, I already have all of my stuff scheduled for June. And then even YouTube, I have all of my training scheduled. So I've been really good about getting really ahead of it. But if there's something that I need to sit down and schedule for the week, I will do it on Sunday because it's a planning day for me. So it's like what I need to do, what days I need to make content, what days I need to just kind of talk to my leads or review my upcoming trips. Like, I set all of my stuff in order for kind of Sunday. Okay. Now, I don't only do this on my business, but I also do this in my house. Sunday is a reset day. I reset my entire house. I reset my entire business and I have everything organized so I know exactly what I'm going to do for the next week. Okay. I don't spend the whole day doing this. I'm going to be honest with you. I have 6 kids. So I constantly find myself stopping here, working, going take care of a kid, come back, work a little bit more, go take care of a kid, leave the house, go to a graduation ceremony. I did that twice last week and then come back over here. Now, all right, now we're working on a little bit more. And I feel like that is the most productive for me because I have ADHD. I get more done in shorter spurts than I do in like long blocks. If I do something on a long block, I will spiral and I will kind of mess it up and then I have to fix it, etc. You guys already know, right? I'm talking to the people that already know. We can do this as travel advisors. So I do little time spurts of stuff just to make sure that I have all of my stuff completed for that day. I do use my digital command center to kind of set my priorities for the week. And then I also set them daily as things that I want to kind of complete. Okay. So Sunday, planning day. I don't spend the whole day doing that. I focus mostly on my house that day, but I start my weeks on Sundays so that by Monday comes, I'm already prepared for the entire week. Okay. Next, Monday. So Monday for me is what I consider a visibility day. I feel like it's a new start to the week. So it's something that I kind of just need to hit, okay, new week, new me. I need to get out there, need to be seen where I'm at. So Monday, you will see a lot of me posting content because it's a new week. I will schedule all of my content normally if I haven't had it done for the rest of the week, but I focus on being seen on Mondays. I engage on social media. I respond to any of the comments that happened over the weekend. I start new conversations or I respond to old ones. And then I do a lot of networking where I'll post in groups, etc. Okay. I do this primarily just on Monday and I will schedule it for other days in here. I do not just schedule it for just only Monday, but on Monday I will focus on being seen. So I will put all of my little places to be seen. If they're not already in place, this is what I do on Monday. Now, it seems like a very small task, but it plays very much so in hand. And Tuesday's already done, Wednesday's already done, Thursday's already done for the visibility part. You guys see how that works? So since it's broken up, I don't have to focus on just marketing today. Just today, we're going to be seen, okay? And the reason I do this is because being seen is one of the biggest issues that we have as travel advisors. We show up for a few days and then we disappear. But if nobody sees you, nobody can book you. So I make sure that on whatever site that I'm using, I am visible on that site at all times. Okay? Monday, that's the focus. Let's talk about Tuesday. Education day. Now, Tuesday and let's see. I have typically Thursday too for me is also going to be education day because those are 2 days I do my trainings, right? But Tuesday is going to be the day that I really kind of sit down and make sure I have all of my ducks in a row. And I focus on learning. I focus on just different advances and changes in the travel industry. And I sit down and I make sure that I am educated, okay? I cannot be out here training people if I'm not doing trainings myself. So Tuesday, education day for me. I attend a training. I learn a supplier. I try to find a new supplier every week or so. I try to find a new one where I learn more about, or I will go back into a supplier and try to use it for something to see more, just more information about a supplier, explore VAX, for example, learn about a destination or a new resort, watch webinars, or just improve product knowledge. There's just so much stuff that you can do in a day, right, when it comes to learning. So I like to use my Tuesday as the days where I really just kind of sit down and just explore new stuff. And it's not always travel related. When I'm starting to do different things, if I'm learning about a new product and AI, that's when I try to do everything on Tuesday. And I try to schedule my webinars for those days. And if I have them throughout the week, I will still schedule those webinars. But I just want you to understand that Tuesday, that's really what I'm focusing on. Okay. The more you learn, the more valuable you become. So the more that I can grow my business and expand my services, the more I have more income to make. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do on Tuesdays. Sometimes it might just be me breaking down Viator and making sure Viator is put everywhere. Okay. That's still education because I'm doing something to improve myself that I didn't know about Viator before. I'll give you an example. Price Agencies is one of the new vendors that we use, and they have so many amazing things that they do, right? So I like to promote them a lot. So I will make promotion makers, and I didn't know about that. Okay, I didn't know it did that until I showed you guys. But that was something that I learned in my explore a vendor, the booking rewards. And when you go in VAX and you explore it, that's what I need you guys to kind of understand. That's a Tuesday. It's not sit through trainings all day. It's I'm going to learn something new today to help my business. Okay. That's Tuesday. Let's go to Wednesday. Now, Wednesday is client work day. Now, that does not mean that I'm not doing quotes and stuff throughout the week, okay? Wednesday is halfway through the week for me, I say, okay, roughly, and it's my catch-all day. So quotes, researching, itinerary building, client communication, booking management, this is the main focus for me that day. Does that mean that that's the only day I'm doing it? Absolutely not, okay? When I get a quote, I got a workflow. I'll show you guys a little bit. When I get a quote, I'm processing it at least within 72 hours. So I have to space it out between Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, right? But in between that, I do make sure everything's set in place on Wednesdays for my clients because people are going to start leaving Thursday, Friday, Saturday. People are going to start wanting to book trips because they're going to get paid. You guys kind of see how that plays out. So I kind of put it all together. Just focus back on your clients this day. Make sure everything's done for your clients by Wednesday. You guys going to see where that goes? Okay. Now, continuing, Thursday, marketing day. Okay. Tasks may include focus on future bookings. So creating content, sending follow-ups, sharing promotions, email marketing, updating social media. Okay. Marketing fills next month's pipeline. So for me, when it comes to marketing day, and honestly, I do it because I'm going to tell you, this is how I break this up, okay? So you see how Thursday, then we got Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. When I'm scheduling stuff, I cannot schedule it. How do I say this? Like if I'm doing a video or something, I can't schedule it too far out, right? So I will break it up in between the weekdays. So if I do Thursday, I would do Thursday to Thursday. Like make sure all of my stuff is completely done Thursday to Thursday. And that can mean more than just scheduling content. That could be making sure all of my follow-ups are sent out. I will schedule emails to make sure they get sent out. This is considered still marketing because that's a follow-up, right? Sharing my promotions. I create my newsletters on this day. I make sure they're sent out twice a month. Email marketing, same thing. If I do a campaign, whatever that works, and then updating my social media. This is what that day looks like for me. And that's just one day. Now, in this, I probably will have like 3 tasks that I have to complete. And it goes the same for each day. Like I'll have like 3 main things that I want to work on for that day. And it will focus just around marketing. And that doesn't mean I complete them all 24/7. There's some days where I can't get to it. But I will make sure I stop what I'm doing to complete these tasks to make sure that they're all done on time. Okay? Now, Friday, we have business growth day. I already told you guys, business growth day is a big day for me. Okay. Work on the business. That's what I do on Friday. Fridays are your week is about to end. You're going to relax Saturday and Sunday. So you better get everything done. And whatever you don't get done on Friday, it has to carry over on the weekend. So I try to work really hard on Fridays. Okay. But I work on my business. So website updates, my branding improvements, my CRM organization, that's still clients, but it's going back to I'm making sure everything's organized for before I take off on the weekend, right? Automation setups, if there's any that I missed on Thursday when it came to creating content, I'll make sure they're in place. And also for my YouTube, I have to do a lot of automations for my YouTubes. I have to do I want you guys to understand that I'm technically running like 3 businesses at one time. If you like really sit down for it, okay? Like travel booking is one side of the business, team building, another side of the business. And then me doing my trainings is a third side of the business for me. So I'm trying to organize 3 different things at one time. So when I'm telling you that I'm doing automations and I'm doing new systems, and I'm doing process improvements, that's for 3 different processes, okay? But the reason why I like to do it this way is because I have 3 different ways of making income. Like the more income streams that you can set up in 2026, the better you're doing. Because in this economy, we can no longer just resort on one type of income, right? It's very, very hard unless they're making like $300,000-$400,000 a year, right? It's hard to just sit there and focus on one type of income. So as this happens, I've learned that I take one day and I finish just business growth. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to find 3 different ways that I can spend growing my business. Okay. And I normally only do 3 tasks a day, and this is what they'll all reply back to. So Friday, for example, that will be tomorrow. Tomorrow, I have to schedule my entire YouTube for the weekend. It has to be automated. Any of the videos that I'm going to create, I will create the carousels today. I will schedule them. I like to do like 2 or 3 carousels a week for TikTok. So I'll schedule them tonight. They're very easy. I just put them through ChatGPT. And then right now I'm working on a part of my website that I'm trying to build. So I would complete that tomorrow too. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Okay. Life is happening around that. I got way too much other things to do, but it's these small little times that I've taken to put into place that really kind of help me like establish the long set, because I've already planned something on Thursday. So that part of my business is taken care of. Let me focus on this, right? It's exactly what we're doing. Now, Saturday is my flex day. Saturday, sometimes I work, sometimes I don't. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. My husband likes to play soccer, okay? And sometimes it happens on Saturdays, sometimes it doesn't. So if he's going to go off and he's going to do his thing, then I'm going to go work, because that's just quiet time for me to get some things done. Sometimes around the house, sometimes with my business, right? But this day for me always remains flexible. I sometimes during the weekends, I will not do anything travel for that day. Like if I'm overwhelmed, or if I'm just like, okay, we've done enough travel for the week, then Saturday, I will just leave it open for family time, catch up around the house. If I have quotes to do, I'll make sure they're all done. Sometimes I'm traveling. And then other times when it's the end of the month, I will spend Saturday doing the rest of my content creation for the rest of the month. Okay. But I use this day where it's needed most, because sometimes I have to take care of myself. We cannot take care of a business, take care of our kids, take care of our families, take care of our houses if we don't take care of ourselves. So Saturdays sometimes are just my days. Okay. But this is the weekly workflow, but let's kind of dive deeper into it, okay? I want to break it down on why it's important to structure it this way and why I structure it. But before I get there, let's just be very clear, okay? Your schedule will look different from mine. I wear many hats. I'm all over the place, right? I'm doing this, I'm doing that, blah, blah, right? But your schedule will look different from how mine looks. I just want you to understand how I take certain focuses and put it on my day. So that way, every day I'm doing consistently something for my business, right? And that is all because we have different lifestyles. Some of us are working at home. Some of us are stay at home parents. Sometimes are working full time. Some of us are retired. Some of us are just doing this on the side. Like we all have different goals, right? So I don't ever expect you guys to copy what I'm doing. What I want you to understand is how I break it down and how I structure it. That way, every day has a focus. And that way, every time I'm doing something, it's working towards one of my goals and not me just spiraling on something random, because we are known for spiraling on something random, right? But if I sat down, and I'm going to go all the way back. If I sat down and I said, all right, these are the 5 things that I need to work on this week. Like if you're going to screenshot anything, screenshot this. These are the 5 things that I need to work on to make sure that my business is effective for the week. How can I schedule these 5 things in some sort of way? What's your idea of visibility? Schedule that. Do it on Tuesday, Monday, I don't care. What's your idea of education for the week? Schedule that. Like that's exactly how I implement it. That way, every day I know what I'm doing throughout the week, okay? Now, continuing, let's talk about my daily non-negotiables. And honestly, this is the breakdown of it. This is like the structure behind the structure, okay? The behind the scenes, yeah? So my daily non-negotiables every day, regardless, I check my email, I respond to messages, I always follow up with my leads because I only wait like at least 24 hours, if max, for following up with leads, right? I review my tasks that lay within my daily command center, and then I always check my upcoming travel every day. Okay. These are things that I go into habit to, and it's all located inside my Gmail and also located inside my daily command center. All of it's set there. So right when I wake up, I'm going to start working. I mean, some days I wake up, I go to the gym, especially now that the kids are out of school. I wake up, I go to the gym, I get my breakfast on, and then I sit down and I start working. So that can be anywhere from 9 to 10 a.m. Okay. And then from there to about 3 or 4, I will stop, take care of kids, clean, work, stop, take care of kids. You did the process, right? And I try to have everything done by the evening. That way I can spend time with my family when my husband gets off work, etc. Right? So this is kind of like an in-between thing. It doesn't happen all at once, of course, but this is a daily non-negotiable. This is something that I have to do every day in order I make sure I don't miss anything inside my business, right? Following up, that is also very important. Now, I know that's one of my daily non-negotiables, but it's so important, okay? There's a structure behind the structure. A lot of you guys miss the follow-up, and let me explain what I mean by following up. If you did an inquiry and you haven't heard back from them, that's a follow-up. If you're asking questions, that you need to follow up. If you sent a quote and you need to ask more questions, whatever that is, okay? Follow up with them, all right? The fortune is in the follow-up. So what is that follow-up creating? More bookings, repeat communication, relationships, and trust. That's probably the biggest thing, okay? We all know that most bookings don't happen after the first conversation, so following up. Now, on top of the following up, I also have a workflow for my content, and I even have one for my leads and my bookings. So we're going to go through all of them, okay? So my content is, you guys should already know, I don't make content every day. I'm too exhausted for that. But a lot of the times I will sit down and spend like Thursday, that's my batching day. Or if I'm open on Saturday and I'm catching up, I will schedule it then, right? But I batch content. I batch content for Facebook. I batch content for Instagram. The only place I cannot batch my content is sometimes in TikTok. You can go in there and schedule like 3 or 4 videos, right? But that's as far as I can go. But outside of that, when it comes to Facebook, Instagram, and all the other platforms that I'm on, I schedule those contents for the entire month, okay? The reason I do that is because it opens up the time for me to do everything else. I can be consistent in the other areas of my business. I'm not stressed out about what I'm doing in my marketing, and the content is constantly flowing. There's no like shortness into that, okay? But I like to create it once a month. I create it right before the month starts and I schedule it everywhere. So where it's just going out dramatically. Now, does this mean that I don't ever post anything or I don't create things throughout the month? That's far from true. I'm always creating something, doing something, right? But since 90% of my stuff is scheduled for the month, it opens the availability for me to actually work on things that I want to talk about and not just focus on things that automatically need to be said as a travel advisor. I create content that I actually want to create during the weeks, etc. And then I already have my backflow of content constantly going. So even if I decide not to show up tomorrow, there's something automatically scheduled for tomorrow. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. My business shows up 24/7. That way I don't have to show up 24/7. That's it. All right. Now, next, lead workflow. It's kind of the same when it comes to follow ups. The lead arrives, we start talking, we qualify them, we quote, we follow up some more, then the booking. Okay. The follow up is going to have the main part, but I want to put this out there in case anybody doesn't know how to do their leads. That's why I'm able to process them so quickly because this is exactly how every lead flows. Okay. Next, after you get the booking, now we need to do the booking part, right? So we get the inquiry, we do the research, we take the deposit or the final payment, whatever that is. They're traveling, and then the post-travel follow-up, right? Every part of this is a system, and that's all found in my digital command center. But do you see how I'm able to sit here and tell you, oh, okay, this is how I do bookings. This is how I do leads. This is how I do my content. This is how I follow up. This is my daily non-negotiables. You see the structure? Would not be able to explain it to you if I didn't have the setup. And it seems silly right now, but when I get a lead, I can automatically go, okay, boom, this is what we're doing. Next step, all right, go, boom, right? All right, we got a booking, cool. Here's the booking, here's your quote. All right, you like this, you have questions, answer them, book, rinse, repeat. That is what I want you to understand, right? It looks good here, but because I have that system in place, everything's already in order. So it gives me so much time to do other things, but I wouldn't have it in order if I didn't have these workflows and systems already put in. And 90% of my systems is just my digital command center. That's really what it all comes down to. All right. So what full-time really looks like. Most people think that full-time advisors spend all day booking travel. How many of you guys probably thought that, right? It's not how it works as a travel advisor, okay? Successful advisors wear many hats. You guys just saw all the hats that I wear, right? There's a lot of things that I'm doing. I'm marketing, I'm following up, I'm working with my clients, I'm doing my business growth, I'm doing my administration, I'm doing my education. There's a lot of things that come into that, right? But since I have my focuses down of what I need to do each day, I know that I am playing in all parts of my business. And in between that, I'm booking travel because the travel of bookings, right? That part is the easiest part we have. But it's all comes around to like this, all of this right here equals like there should be booking right here. That's it. Booking right here. Because all of this ties into me getting a booking. These are all income producing activities that lead back to what? Bookings. And that's exactly what a full-time travel advisor is doing. All of this stuff right here, just so we can go in there and get these bookings. Yeah? All right. So here's a little checklist for you guys. If you need it, feel free to screenshot it. Weekly workflow checklist every week. We need to make sure we're visible, we're educated, we're working with our clients, we're marketing, we're growing our business of some sort, some improvements, and we're following up, okay? If these 6 areas are covered, you're going to see a lot of progress, and it's going to happen very quickly because it's the small changes that are going to make the biggest difference. All right, so I want to leave this with you, okay? I'm not asking you to go tomorrow and start doing exactly what I taught you, okay? I want you guys to just be consistent. And that's always what my trainings are about. When it comes back to it, be consistent. Whatever you're going to do, be consistent with it, okay? Now, we have went over why most travel agents are not getting consistent bookings, and that's exactly what this is. That's exactly what I've taught you. It's all of the different ways you guys can be consistent within a week. So I feel like I'm building onto it, right? Now you guys know why you're not getting consistent bookings. You know how to fix it. You got your digital command center in place so you can organize it. And now, after this training, you guys have the ability to build the workflows throughout your week so that you understand why you're doing what you're doing and how you can take what you're doing and turn it into an income producing activity, right? We all have goals that we're building to. Take those goals, divide it amongst those 6 things, and then plan it for each day that you want to spend time to, okay? You don't need to be perfect in your scheduling. All right. I just want you consistently scheduling yourself in your life. That way you're building a workflow that actually fits your life and you're not running around overwhelmed and chaotic. Yeah. Stay consistent, trust the process, and you will see that in the end, the reason that you're becoming successful is because you're following the structure. If you follow structure and you build your systems, you will be building into that success. And when you actually reach that level of success that you want for yourself, you're not going to be overwhelmed and you're not going to be chaotic because you already have everything in place. Yeah? All right. So that is what I'm going to leave you with tonight. Make sure you guys like this video and share it. I know that was a deep one. All of my trainings for this month, guys, are going to be deep trainings, okay? Everything that I'm doing this month is going to be something deep. So make sure you guys like this video, share with your team, and comment if it helps. If you have somebody that is just feeling like, I don't know what to do every day, I don't know what I should be doing, I don't know what to focus on, send them this training, okay? Show it to them. This training links, guys, when I go live, they turn into automatic replays. So you could just share the video as it is, share it with your teams, let them know, hey, you need help on what to do each day, here you go. All right. So I will join you guys back on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, and we're going to talk about another deep topic all June. How I would start over as a travel agent in 2026. This is going to be a deep one. So make sure you guys, like I said, like this video, share with your team, and comment if it helps. I will see you guys back on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. And for now, I'm going to head over to my chat box, so I'll answer all of your questions and any comments that you guys have there. And if not, I will see you back on Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo. Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.